Okay, so we might have information. We might be able to get some information out of this. She agreed to be a part of this, so it'll be easy? I mean, we'll really see what we can get out of all of this. But she's here, and we're able to get some business done, and I can get a little bit more insight to how that whole scenario even happened. I mean, if any experiment went as well as what happened with Eternals yesterday, I will be quite satisfied. If this goes anywhere as satisfactory as yesterday's, then I'll be content. It'll be good. I should get, I can go out here, and I should get a new book. I should get a new book, so that way I can have notes about this particular experiment. Where is... So I need to just make a new one. Another ink sac, another feather, and sugarcane for paper. Turn that all into paper. Turn that here, and then we'll make this into a book. And then a book and quill. So that way we can have all of this. I hosted you. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. And then alright, let's drop this into here. I already had paper. I could have just used this paper. It's fine. It's fine. Alright. I should probably... I'll rename the book in a bit once I get to that. Once I get a clear idea of what I'm dealing with here. So let me first... Trial 01. I encountered the test subject in the Nether. We exchanged introductions before I asked to do an experiment with her. We then traveled back to my lab, where she awaits in the neural antechamber. So I currently have someone inside of my antechamber, which, I mean, we'll see how well this goes. Once again, we'll see how well this goes. Let me go ahead and find her then. So take all of the armor off, and let's go and find her. Alright. And then we'll proceed with... Oh! She's not quite awake yet? It doesn't look like she's awake. I didn't realize that she went to sleep. I'll give her a moment then. This is a little awkward in that case. Oh goodness. I'll just... This is odd. She shouldn't be asleep for this. I'll do a little bit more note-taking then. Alright.
What? Where am I? What is this place? What?
Oh, hello, I didn't realize you had gone to sleep.
Yeah, sorry about, why am I saying sorry? Why am I in here? What happened? Last time I remember, I was in my bed.
hold on. So you don't remember anything from the last half an hour?
No, why should I?
All right. This is a bit awkward then. In that case, there must be a deeper problem to this. My name is Dr. Quinn. Let me first allow you to step out. My name is Dr. Quinn.
Okay.
I'm a neuroscientist. I had encountered you in the Nether, and we were talking about some things, and you agreed to have experiments done on you. I have an agreement written in your handwriting. You want to take a look at that? And so you agreed to come back to my laboratory to...
This cannot be right. No. I never agreed to this. I don't even know who are you? I don't know this place.
I did just introduce myself, Dr. Quinn.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yes, it's fine, but this is a bit strange. Why don't we have a conversation in my office?
Okay.
Right down through this way. And right through here. This is not what I was expecting. Alright, through here, and just can take a seat.
Alright.
So, the reason why I asked you in the first place to do these, do this experiment with me was because I was informed that you were one of the people who was recently revived.
What?
And you had told me that you were alright with going through with this.
Wait, how did you know that I was one of those people?
I have my ways. I know lots of information.
Okay. Sorry, this is a lot for me.
I can imagine. So do you often have lapses of time where you don't remember things? Is this often?
Well, coming to think about it, there was this house that suddenly appeared that I wasn't there from before, and I don't know if it was me, but I just woke up right there, right next to this house, and last time I remembered, I was in my bedroom. But that was
very
odd. Back ago.
Yeah, you were in the Nether doing some. You were about to go netherite mining, I believe.
What was that? Like, okay.
That's what you had mentioned to me, and then I was on my way to Blaze Spawner, and we encountered each other, and we introduced each other, and I recognized your name as one of the revived, and then you agreed to be a part of an experiment. Because you had seemed to be concerned about your loss of time. But this also seems to be new to you?
Yes. I don't, in the past, I'm pretty sure that I would know when I wake up and what I'm supposed to do. And sometimes I would just wake up in these strange places and be like, oh, okay, or have some things that I haven't, gathered from before, too.
Odd.
It's just very odd and scary to me, and...
Well?
I don't know.
This is something that I am very proficient in. I am a neuroscientist, so I deal with specifically the brain and how the nervous system interacts with that. And so possibly I could help with your situation if you would like me to. I wouldn't have put you in that antechamber for nothing. I do require consent from both parties.
Okay. You know what? Let's do it. I may explain some reasons on why I have some misbehaviors. Like, in the past, I actually did like eating, and for some reason, I don't like eating meat. I just like eating vegetables more. So
all right. Well,
it's quite interesting. How my taste buds and everything changed ever since I am back.
Very interesting. yeah, so we'll take a look at that and possibly get some more results about both how you interact with things and what's happening in that brain.
Yeah.
So if you want to step in right here again.
So, are you like a doctor or something?
I am. I have a
Okay.
doctorate, so I am technically a doctor.
Okay.
I used to work with a lot of different beings and different creatures, and I did a lot of research on different things. So, but my focus is
see.
specifically neurology. So, working with people like you is what I strive for.
All right.
All right. So you're in good hands. No harm will come. All right. If you want to step inside.
Okay.
All right. Just sit tight. Make sure you have nothing in your hands. Especially nothing metallic. We don't want you to get electrocuted. All right. Turning this on. Turning that on. All right. Just hold tight. Let me know if you feel anything or if anything comes to your mind right away. Oh, how interesting.
What?
Not the only one. All right.
What do you mean I'm not the only one?
This is interesting information. You're good to step on out. I have something to tell you.
Okay.
Actually, do you have a sample on you that I could use? A sample of something that you possibly wear often, or part of your hair, or your...
Well, I always wear these bunny slippers. I can give you one of them.
Sure. That would
Alright.
work.
There you go.
Alright, I'll be taking this. And then if you want to come with me into the other room. Something that I can use as a object that I can place in there. I more so need like a physical object that I can place onto. And even though it is physical, it's very thin.
Oh,
it's a very thin slipper, yes.
Well, here's some armor.
Okay, is this something that you wear often?
I do wear often, and it
Okay.
looks like I have been using it, so...
Okay. Let's see this then. If you want to step over to the side right over here while I take a look.
Can I have my bunny slipper back if you're not going to use it?
Oh, yes, there you go, right there.
Alright, thank you, appreciate it.
You can step over right over here, so you don't
Right
get
over
in the
there?
way of all of the radiation from this. All right, take a look. Yes, that is that is what I thought. That is very interesting. Okay, so this is not the first time I've seen something like this.
Oh? Okay.
Because only a few days ago I encountered a very similar thing. This will be a little bit difficult to take. But it also... Do you mind taking off your hat?
My hat?
Yeah. Just so I can-
Okay. Wait. Give me a minute. I think.
Okay, you're fine.
Alright.
Have you? And you
What's
said
wrong?
you said something was different. Like these lapses of time happened once you were revived. So this wasn't.
Well, once I was also revived, I also did have this massive headache, and it has gotten better over the past few weeks, but at the same time, it's still there. I just got used to it
Very
after a while.
interesting. Can't just be a coincidence.
What do you mean?
You, Sydney, are a hybrid.
What?
So that means
No, you gotta be
that
joking.
half of you has human DNA, and half of you has hamster DNA.
What?
Which
No,
is
this
quite
has to be a
odd
joke.
because it
No.
how would you have an interaction with a hamster? How would that work? I mean,
You gotta be
it,
joking me.
I
No,
haven't
that
seen
can't be
hamsters in
it.
this world in a very long time. Well, I mean, if you want to touch your ears just to...
My goodness. They are there. So that means...
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. If I have some therapy dogs that you can pet if you're
Well,
feeling.
that also explains why I could understand some animals around me.
Oh, all right. If you would like to come and sit with the dogs, that should be fine.
Is it true that I'm a hamster? Yeah? Okay.
You can
Yeah,
understand
I can
them.
understand what they're saying. Well, I am part animal, if this is true, and that would explain why I could solely understand animals when I came back to life. I thought that was just a weird side effect that they gave me or something like that when I
Interesting.
am now here.
Right. This is very interesting. 'Cause this is the second time this week that I've encountered something similar to this. Well, that machine wasn't technically supposed to read DNA, but I suppose it's common now for it. But
Yeah.
yes, this is interesting news, I'm sure, for you to take. And if there's anything that I can do to assist that, possibly try to figure out how it came to be, possibly if I knew more about how you were revived, it could give some insight onto how you became to be half hamster.
Right. At the same time, this is all sudden and scary to me.
Right, I
And
did
that would also
take your
explain
time.
a lot
Take
of
your time.
things, too.
Take your time. If you want to take a seat out here while you pet the dog, that's perfectly fine. I'll remain.
Well, the dogs
here.
did say that I should trust you and that you're good, so that does bring me comfort.
Interesting you say that.
Interesting. What do you mean?
No, these dogs have been interesting that they would say that about me after. Perhaps they do care about me. All right. You were saying.
I'm just having a lot on my brain and everything, and I guess that would explain like why I have a massive headache because these ears must have grown in.
That would very well be the reason.
So I am actually part hamster. I don't know what else to say or think about this. This is a lot to take in for me, especially when I knew from the start that I was normally fully human, and the fact that I have part hamster in me does not make any sense, unless if it's me coming back to life or something.
That could be. Definitely a possibility.
Yeah. But I think I would be down for some more testing to find
Most
out
definitely.
more of this other side of me that I haven't.
I'm
You
going
said-
to grab a book real quick, and
Okay.
I'm going to list some traits off that a hamster would have, and just let me know if they feel similar to how you feel. So I will be right back.
Okay.
This one. Alright. Moving along. And alright. So, looking into the book here, do you have an odd sleep cycle?
I do like to sleep in a lot.
Alright. Hamsters do like to sleep a lot, it says here. Are you a natural builder, specifically with tunnels?
I did like digging when I first came on here. For some reason, I just really enjoyed digging holes and getting a lot of sand for some reason.
Alright, that's something. Are you stressed or anxious or scared around other people? Or other
Well, when I
living
first saw you,
creatures?
I was very scared, and when I first saw a lot of people, it was nerve-wracking for me.
Are you continuously anxious around others?
Sometimes it depends the person. I think it's
Hmm.
after once I get to know them, I feel a little bit more comfortable.
Okay, well that is both a hamster and human trait. I can, that makes a lot of sense in that case.
Mm-hmm.
And then just weird that it seems like when you're sleeping, because when I walked into the chamber that you were in, when you first awoke, you were sleeping, which
I was?
when I encountered you in the Nether, you didn't seem tired.
Huh.
I had walked in on you sleeping, and I was a little confused. Oh.
I guess me being in the nether must have I must have tired myself out.
There could be another explanation for that. There typically is.
True.
Yes. I mean, those are the traits that I can see right now for at least this specific type of rodent creature, the hamster. And
Yeah.
of course you can take that as you will. So, is there anything else that you'd like to share, possibly if you want to talk about the revival?
To be honest, like, how did you talk? Like, you said that I did the writing and everything. I don't remember any of that. So, did you got to see the other me? Got to meet the other me? There is another me.
Other you.
I don't know. It just sounded weird that, or it to me it just felt weird that I saw
Right.
like this writing in my handwriting,
And you
and it is in
weren't
my
aware
handwriting.
of
And
writing in the first place. So you're
yes,
suspecting there's another version of you, another different...
well, it felt like that, but at the same time, it could just be me not knowing that other half. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too much.
I mean, let's step back into the neural chamber, and we'll take a look at possibly seeing if that has anything to do with it. Also, you're good to put your hat back on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just
Well,
so you
it does
could
make my ears feel a little bit free, so.
All right, up to you then. I'm gonna step inside. Oop. There you go. Get to head into the air. You turn on the machine. You're all set in there.
Yep.
All right, it's on, and take a look at the different screens here. Okay, it's still saying hamster DNA. Anything about separate? I see. There are two separate. It seems like partially the right and the left brain are doing very different things. Like your right brain is currently active, but your left brain isn't really sending out any nerves right now. Any connections, which is odd.
Is that a bad thing?
It's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be a bad thing, but as of now, it's not. But it's
Okay.
more one of those things. You're good to step out. It's more of one of those things where this other half of your brain could be doing things while you're asleep that you're unaware of. That could reflect on you badly.
I see.
Our encounter in the Nether must have just been a small effect of this.
Hmm. Well, thank you, Doctor, for letting me know. And this is all so very new and scary to me, and it would explain why I have, like, went. I don't remember too much about the battle.
Right.
I don't know if I came in with my PJs or I woke up like this. I don't have like any other clothes, to be honest.
Do you remember about what happened before you died?
I remember flashing lights, very loud sounds. It was kind of like a feeling being in the battle, being part of the war.
Yes.
But it's a lot. It is a lot for me to take in.
So you remember very small parts of the battle, but you don't remember anything before that?
There was like
about your life?
Coming to think about it, I did have this necklace of mine that I found out in the field somewhere, and I used to wear it a lot. It had a nice little crystal on it, but it just looked very pretty to me. I don't think there's anything about it, to be honest.
Well, I mean, perhaps if you find this crystal necklace, you'll be able to get more answers about what's happened to you.
That is true.
What you've, where you've been, and perhaps having a physical item in front of you will, turn something on in your left brain.
I see.
More or less flip a switch.
Yeah. What do you think about all of this, Doctor? Can I call you Doctor? Well, I guess you do have Doctor in your name.
So you can call me Dr. Quinn, or informally you can call me Rachel.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Rachel. Can I call you that? Is
yes,
that alright?
That's fine. That's fine.
Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this. I don't know if I like being part hamster or... It's a lot for me to take in.
Oh, I'm sure of that. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, if there's any other information that you can relay to me about the process of returning to this place and being acquainted with everything again and how that happened.
Mm-hmm. Alright. I'll talk to you sometime. I don't know
if there's anything that you want to relay now, you can just share with me.
To be honest, I have nothing on the brain besides just me being scared and nervous. So, yeah. But thank you for this information and for getting my consent before you did any crazy experiments on me.
Yes, it's quite interesting that we happen to run into each other, and I am glad of it. I'm glad for that.
I'm glad too. But yeah, I'll be sure to come and stop by. You do have a nice place here. I do like the decor.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
A lot of time was spent on this.
And the therapy dogs are very friendly and very nice, so I give them 10 stars.
That is quite nice. Alright.
Yeah.
Well, I can go ahead and walk you to the portal, and then I have to do
I would like that.
Some note-taking. Yes, especially since you have... It's raining. I'm gonna put on my armor. Especially since, this is the first time that you've been here. it.
Yeah, everything is very new. I have never seen this place before.
Oh, he's already here.
Sydney? What?
Uh,
Why you, what? What? Did I say something? Do I have, like, something written on my face? Like,
no, I'm not quite sure. This probably is a kind of strange reunion.
I know, yeah, I know who Sydney is.
Yes.
Do you have a cookie? Do you have a
Cookies?
cookie? Do you have a cookie on you, Rachel?
I don't?
You want a potato?
Maybe.
I know how to lure her in. I got the potatoes.
Oh,
I
right.
have some potatoes.
They are pretty
Sydney,
cool
it is.
potatoes.
Alright. Sydney, it's been a minute.
Hi.
I was gonna say,
It happened,
how have you been, but you've only come back recently.
How? What?
Do you not? I know that you've been revived, like, I know that much. Yeah. I mean, I literally saw you die, so that's the only option.
That is true. Yeah, this is a lot for me to take in. I've
Give you a
learned
moment.
a lot
Yeah.
about myself.
Oh my dramatic thunder. Literally, what the hell?
It's very interesting indeed.
Yeah, it's great to see you again, Vane.
Yeah,
sorry that
do you know
I
if
haven't...
Jack's back?
Yeah, I do. We kind of live together.
Oh, cute.
Wait, what do you mean cute? What?
Anyway, Rachel, what do you want to talk to me about?
Give me just a moment, Sydney. If we want to head to the portal here,
Okay.
and then right through here.
Also, did you get more of the squad? Like, goddamn.
What?
Yes, it seems like it. They just keep appearing. So if you go through the
Why
portal
is there
here,
a chick in the boat?
and then if you continue slightly northeast, I believe,
Okay.
and then you'll come across a tunnel that'll bring you back to the monarchy.
Let me just show Sydney real quick.
Yeah, we'll take her. We can both.
Come
Oh,
on.
thank you, you guys. I appreciate it.
Ow.
That was a zombie.
Uh-huh.
All right, so it's
But it
Back over
was.
This way.
or no, it's actually southwest.
See, this is why you just gotta let me lead.
I typically know my
Your direction skills are hot garbage.
Dr. Quinn, have
there's
pretty good, pretty good directional skills.
The tunnel's right there, Sydney. That's the tunnel. Just you can get
Why
to like
is
the
there a bunch of
monarchy
signs
area.
saying "but good shit"?
Don't. Just
Don't.
don't. Just
But I
don't.
already questioned it.
Nope.
Don't.
No?
It's
You did
fine.
not.
It's all right.
You've
well,
been denied.
farewell, Sydney. Thank you for allowing me to do that. So
Bye, Fane.
Bye.
we'll speak again.
Don't do anything too, nonsensical with Jack. I know how the both of you are.
Okay. Bye, you guys.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Bye. Let's go. You coming?
All right. Yes. I had to.
Are you drinking water in the nether? What is
I
wrong with
was.
you? What is wrong with you?
I
Did you
need to
genetically modify your
I
water?
need to stay hydrated.
How do you
And
drink
yes,
water?
and
You
it
literally,
is-
if you put a water bucket down, it just evaporates instantly. How do you
is-
drink water in the nether?
It is genetically modified.
How do you genetically modify water?
Put various elements into
Oh,
it.
speaking of water, hold up. There we go.
All right.
All right, what do you need to talk about?
I have something sort of interesting that I found out the other day.
All right.
My goodness, we can separate.
Do you want to? Okay.
It is it's specifically
What on earth?
about.
I feel like this isn't in character, you know.
What?
This. The sign.
Oh, no, it's not.
Anyway. Let's have a see, I suppose.
It's specifically about Eternal.
Oh, okay.
I did a few experiments with her. I did a few trials with her to see about her amnesia deal.
Hold on. Jesus Christ. Get it. Alright. Continue.
Alright. But I did find out some very interesting information about her. I was initially intending to find out about her amnesia. That was the original intent. But when I put her into the neural machine, I instead found out about parts of her DNA. She is half human, half wolf, but not any particular type of wolf. This is a vastly unknown type of wolf. Specifically,
we're talking about werewolves.
I was going to say with the were quality.
A werewolf.
Yes.
See, now, this is where things get interesting, because I've actually seen a werewolf. They're very rare. I saw one, like, 4 years ago, and I almost died. Now, I don't know much about how werewolves work. That's not my particular type of, that's not my forte when it comes to magic knowledge. But werewolves are extremely dangerous, so now we need to tread carefully.
Yes. So, Eternal is part of this werewolf creature. Which is very odd, because I was looking through my books, and there was nothing before I returned to this area that included werewolves, and now that I'm here, suddenly there's a werewolf section. I'm wondering if I look through my book even more, if there will be more magical types of creatures that have appeared since I've returned to the area.
Could be, but... Speaking of books, actually, it's a good topic. So, a few people I know, they live pretty far away from here.
Right.
They were... We'll go running around, and they found something underwater. They found a sea lantern, in which they followed it, and it's a trail, into a laboratory, which have books in them with your name on it.
They found my old lab. I didn't think I would see anything from that place again.
Yeah, I have all of your logs with me.
Right, I didn't leave my logs behind.
Yes, you did.
I did. And you're holding on to them. Thank you.
I am, yes. Mostly just because these contain some not good things for normal people to see, like the God's Totem. Don't need people going after that.
Right, yes.
You know the location? Ma'am?
I do.
Ma'am.
I do.
Ma'am, you're not getting it.
I was intending...
I don't care what your intentions are, you're not getting it.
If it means keeping the totem out of the hands of people who will take advantage of it,
no one else knows where it is.
And perhaps we'll keep it that way.
I would love to keep it that way. That'd be ideal. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not letting anyone go over there.
And we don't need to.
Glad we're on the same page there. If you were going to say that you're going after the totem, then I'd kill you right here now.
No, I'm not going after the totem. Especially not for my own gain. If that makes you feel any better.
Words only mean so much.
I understand that. I specifically looked into the totem. Because it was a request from my client, who you already know who that is. Former client.
I do. That's that would be. Hold on, let me see if I can actually read this totem. They request.
I've already mentioned my client to you.
Yeah,
It's more or less to keep it out of his hands.
Yeah, it's Kanoka, essentially.
Yes, the regent.
Nice.
So I had known about the god's totem before I started working for him, but I hadn't discovered the location until afterwards. And in the process of him wanting even more information out of me, wanting to find this location, I knew that the strength of the totem, a person like him does not need to have a totem like that. He already has enough power.
Yeah. What do you know about the god's totem?
I know that it is one of the most powerful objects in this world. Made specifically in this area many years ago. Originally held by the first vessel, but currently...
Yeah.
Currently MIA.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. But do you know what it does?
I've tried looking a bit into it. There's not much information on it.
Yeah, it's because it's all within my noggin, essentially.
Then, well, I do not know particularly what its purpose is.
Yeah, my family, because I'm a descendant of the first vessel, so.
Oh.
My family eventually found the totem again, a couple generations back, but we decided not to bring the gods back. That's what the totem does, by the way.
Are you saying that the totem brings the gods back from banishment?
So you see this sword, right?
Yes,
this is the sword of Bloodbane.
Yes, I know that.
As long as I am in hold of it, then the curse that Lunaria has will not spread. Well, I say spread. It won't, activate itself, essentially. As long as I am in possession of the sword. The same goes for the totem. The totem was made by the first vessel as a tethering tool to tether the gods to the material world.
Yes.
That's what the totem did. Someone stole the totem from the first vessel. Thus, it wasn't in his possession. Thus, the gods were banished. If I go and hold the totem, if I know how to, I could bring the gods back. I don't want to, because we don't need that. We don't need tyrants.
The gods have interfered in this place already far too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something I was trying to get out of Sydney was the process of how the ritual happened, but I wasn't able to... The revivification ritual, but I wasn't able to figure out anything. She didn't say anything. Either she's being quiet on purpose, or she just doesn't remember.
Or there's a third option. Here's the thing. I know who revived her.
I think you had mentioned that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know who it is. I know who the culprit is behind that.
Right.
And
I was trying to get up more... Yes.
They have more knowledge of magic than I do, which is scary, because I have a lot of magic knowledge. I know how magic works, but I don't necessarily perform magic, mind you. I just know it.
Yes, I mean, yeah.
But how I would see it, because people can't just be brought back from the dead via magic. That's not how magic works. The only way that it would work is if you actually summoned a god, which, mind you, takes a lot. It basically requires something akin to human sacrifice.
So you're saying
or
she
something
summoned a god?
It is possible.
From banishment, just to revive 6 people.
It's not... Okay, so... It's not necessarily like they're coming back to the material world. It's more or less a projection, and they can use some of their power in the material world.
Still bringing a projection into the world.
Still takes a lot.
What is her gain out of this?
Well, she obviously... Lunaria has always been someone who's been against power. That's Lunaria's whole shtick. Is she doesn't like power. Power corrupts, and... We should actually probably, like, just saying this out of character, we should move into a D&D channel, because Gabe really wants to join us, so we need to go to D&D. Let's go to D&D. Anyway. Like she power to her, power corrupts. I think that's what she mainly goes for, and she doesn't like it. So she has always fought against it. She fought against the monarchy. She's probably going to fight against this monarchy, and I think that's what the Six revived her for. Because it doesn't make sense that she just let the revived go out on their own without a safety measure, right? Here's where that third option to why Cindy wouldn't tell you. What if Lunaria has a way to control them?
It's possible.
Because then, if she told people, "Hey, don't be telling," like if she told Revive, "Hey, don't go, don't go tell people about this," then they won't be able to. Especially since they're literally brought back by the gods. They are under the gods' full control, essentially. Which is not very poggers, if I do say so myself. Which I do, so I will.
Right. That's a bit, selling herself a bit of a hypocrite there. She's saying she doesn't like power, but yet she's using the power and the magic of the gods in order to bring back,
Well, like, when I say power, it's more like power over the people. Like, kings, tyrants, anything like that, Lunaria is against.
So government.
Not necessarily government, because there's other kinds of government.
Alright. Yes.
It's like if one person rule, like, essentially, let's go with Lady, the Queen. If because she did, or pretty sure, from what I know, she's still in power. Although I did tell her to give the power to the regent at one point. Haven't been over there enough to check. But
you told her to give the power to the regent.
Mind you, I didn't know who the regent was or what he was after at that point. I still technically don't. But I've met him once. But Lady's still not a good queen. At the very least, Kanoka has some sort of experience.
Fair.
But
in the end, neither of them should be.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Oh well. Right, was that, was there anything else that he wanted to...
Oh yeah, is there anything else about the werewolf stuff?
So let me take a look. I have
okay.
My trial book, where I can look out different that happen. Alright. DNA. I thought that it might have had something to do with the end, but also the timeline doesn't work out because she had told me that this was a recent discovery, that she had only noticed her tail and ears on the day that we met, that I had met her.
Well, I pointed them out. Yeah, I pointed them out.
And that's...
Here's the thing about werewolves. I mean...
Please don't. I mean... The thing about werewolves, you were saying.
The thing about werewolves is very simply, it's more or less like a cycle. It's not like, oh, now I'm a werewolf for the rest of my life. It's a cycle, you know? Like in all the fairy tales, it's always about like the full moon. That's not necessarily what it's about as a werewolf,
So
like in reality. But it's a cycle. It's not something that's just appeared and then you're a werewolf for the rest of your life.
So you're saying that she possibly could have been at the start of her werewolf cycle, or
she could be,
and she has just forgotten it because of her amnesia.
Amnesia, yes.
Right. I mean, there was this theory. She had mentioned something, because I was still mulling over the idea of her having it recently, since nothing has really been proven besides for the fact that she definitely does have werewolf DNA, but there was the idea that she had possibly gotten this recently, and it had been a recent condition, possibly due to her environment or people that she's interacted with. You were brought up, your dogs were brought up.
What do my dogs have to do with her being a werewolf?
Well, it does make a little bit of sense. I mean, yours makes more sense logically. But if you were interacting with anything magical recently, and you passed that along to your dogs somehow, and the dogs were left in Eternal's base.
Rachel, I don't think you realize how magic works. Like you know science stuff. You're not a magic person. I get that. That's fine. Let me give you a little lesson. Magic is not something physical. It's not something that can just be passed along like a virus or a gas. It is simply just magic. It is unexplainable. So my dogs, being at Eternal's base, would have literally zero things to do with Eternal being a werewolf.
And now that you mentioned the cycle, that does sound more logical than more of a
magic virus.
More of something that a wolf would do. If I
now, mind you, when it comes to magic, there are certain spells that can behave. There are certain spells that can behave like a virus, but there are none. But magic itself is not a virus.
Yes, I am aware of that. I just thought in this particular case it could have been possible.
No,
but it does mention a cycle in here, but it says that the cycle varies depending on the
you have a magic book?
No, it's my instructional book on living beings, but there are, once again, I've mentioned there's magical elements that have just appeared in this book.
So it's a magical book.
As of now, I suppose.
It's an enchanted book, essentially, without, knockback 2.
I suppose so. In some
gnarly.
In some manner, in some degree, it is.
Gnarly.
What else did I come up with here? This does make sense. All right. Well, that was about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you got any plans? Because I have nothing to do.
I was gonna take some notes about what happened.
Oh yeah, no, actually, you go do that. I actually do have something I want to go do. So.
All right.
I'll
leave you be, and we'll discuss later. We'll talk later.
Yeah, I will see you later.
And you're going to hold on to those logs?
Yes, they'll be in my ender chest.
Did you collect anything else? Did you happen to find?
There was nothing else there.
As I assumed. Last time I had been there, it had been ransacked already, so I do need to go back there. I have something that I did leave. All right. Well, I'll see you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I mean, there were diamonds in the escape tunnel, apparently.
If I've noticed those before, I didn't bother to. All right. Farewell.
All right, bye.
He's a character. He's a character. Hello, Nova. Hello. Oh, I forgot we had an anvil here. So I'm going to Where's my Sydney one? Where did I put my Sydney one? I think it's back. I think it's back in here. Hello, welcome. It is. Okay, here it is. I can put the eternal one away. Oh, you know what? Let me put into this interlude notes. Fang confirmed that his dogs had nothing to do with Eternal's condition. Magic does not work in a physical, scientific state. Instead, he suggested a cycle which is common for the wolf species. Once reading further in my ooh, I actually need to rename this. Today's Paris 17th birthday? Ooh, that it is. Once reading further in my Living Beings manual, I discovered that this fact was true for werewolves. It also seems like Fang has had an encounter with one such wolf before, so he will likely be the best person to contact to gather more information on this species. Thank you for the hydrate. Just did a lot of talking. Yeah. Just did a lot of talking. Right. Fang confirmed that his dogs had nothing to do with Eternal's condition. Magic does not work in a physical scientific state. Instead, he suggested a cycle which is common for the wolf species. Once reading further in my Living Beings manual, I discovered that this fact... Thank you for the chest. Right now. Right? It also seems like Fang has had an encounter with one such wolf before, so he will likely be the best person to contact to gather more information on the species. What else did we discuss with him about Eternal? What else did we discuss? Okay, Eternal may not have been aware during our previous conversations that she had been a werewolf before she reunited with Fang and when we first met. I will speak to Eternal to see how her individual werewolf cycle could possibly work without explaining it too much in detail. Alright. Oh, let me go ahead and I need to flip to page 29 so that way I can trial 05. And so that way next time I can talk to her about that. Alright. Let's go ahead and rename this book. I'm going to... That was 77, so I believe this is 78. I was just over there. I could have double checked that. But of course not. Of course not. 77. Experiment. Sydney. 78. Running back so I can grab this in here. Experiment Sydney 078. There we are. Living beings. And then I had potion manual as well. That's the living beings manual. That is so odd. I come across 2 animal hybrids in the span of less than a week. How odd is that? And they're not... It doesn't seem like they're connected at all. Yet somehow they are, because it all correlates to magic. It all correlates to magic, and there's not really much... However I try, there's really not much that I can do for either of them. Because I'm not well equipped to handle magic, nor do I want to. Let's write in here. Put that in here, so that way next time it's manual potion making. I suppose, I mean, she was very interesting. Right. So let us discuss Sydney's experiment trials. So this has been... I thought dealing with a werewolf was odd, but this is another level completely. I encountered the test subject in the nether. We exchanged introductions before I asked to do an experiment with her. We then traveled back to my lab where she awaits in the back to my lab, and I proceeded to check in on her. Sydney then awoke and was startled to find me there, seeing as she did not remember agreeing to the experiment. This is odd, however, as the conversation clearly did happen, and I showed her a message written in her handwriting with her agreement, with her consent. We discussed moving forward, which she agreed to, and we began the first trial. After reviewing her data, I discovered that she had DNA fused with a hamster. This is strange, considering how just the other day I found out about another person, about another hybrid person. From what she told me, she is able to, from what she told me, from what we concluded, she has many traits that link her to a hamster, including, but not limited to, speaking with animals and understanding them, building tunnels, anxiety around others, what else? Odd sleep cycles, and such. We then theorized the possibility of a second personality running the body while she is asleep. after doing more data collection, I came to realize that the left half of her brain was non-functioning while the right was. This means that the Sydney who I met in the Nether has a different cycle than the Sydney I did experiments with. I did this trial with. Perhaps could this trial with. She assumed that I assumed that this other Sydney could have been interacting with events that this Sydney is not aware of, and cautioned her of future situations. Although I attempted to find more information about the revival process, she was unwilling, or as Fang mentioned, possibly controlled by the person who revived her, Lunaria. I encountered the test subject in the Nether. We exchanged introductions before I asked to do an experiment with her. We then traveled back to my lab and I proceeded to check in on her. Sydney then awoke and was startled to find me there, seeing as she did not remember agreeing to the experiment. This is odd, however, as the conversation clearly did happen and I showed her a message written and did happen. That is a long word. I showed her a message written in her handwriting with her consent. We discussed moving forward, which she agreed to, and we began the first trial. After reviewing her data, I discovered that she had DNA fused with a hamster. This is strange, considering how just the other day I found out about another hybrid person. From what we concluded, she has many traits that link her to a hamster, including but not limited to speaking with animals and understanding them. And speaking with animals, but oh goodness. And odd, but oh goodness. But now I'm this is frustrating. This is frustrating when things with books don't work out alright. Including understanding and speaking with animals, building tunnels, anxiety around others, and an odd sleep schedule. Sleep cycle. We then theorized the possibility of a second personality running the body while she is asleep. After doing some more data collection, I came to realize that the left half of her brain was non-functioning, the right was. This means that the Sydney who I met in the Nether has a different cycle than the Sydney I did this trial with. I assumed that this other Sydney could have been interacting. Don't need this in my notes. The nerves in her brain at the moment were connected only to this right side, and the left had been asleep, or it seemed few minutes. It seemed at least 10 minutes, possibly 10 minutes. Although I attempted to find more information about the revival process, she was unwilling or, as Feng mentioned, possibly controlled by the person who revived her, Lunaria. Anything else that we learned? She was more than willing to run another trial with me, but it depends on when we will see each other again. Yes. Was there anything else that we explained? That was about it. This new hamster condition seemed to only have been brought to her attention now, and thus an after effect of the revival. More to come. Right. Possibly a second trial. We could do a second trial, but it's very possible that I don't see her again for a very long time. Because if she's with Lunaria, Feng says Lunaria's doesn't like power. It's keeping them all. Oh. Right. Let's do entry 1, week 2. And then entry 2, week 13. Entry 3, also week 13. This has been the longest week. Entry 4, week 13. Well, we were writing more, and I suppose that Feng needs to talk to us again, so go. We can speak with him if he comes here, or if I need to go to him, whichever way works. I suppose there he is. Alright. Okay.
Problem. I just got Kanoka. He is king.
Oh. He's just
He is
king.
He is king.
Then what happened to Lady?
Queen Lady, but he said, and I believe this is technically true by monarchy law, is the regent has the power to dethrone the current monarch.
Of course, he always wanted more power.
But now he's straight up king. He instilled himself as king.
Right. This is a bit of a problem, but this whole thing is a little bit more difficult, but nothing much that we can do.
Yeah, I just thought I'd tell you, considering that,
right,
kind of a problem.
Yes, this is a concern, but it.
I mean, we're outside of monarchy territory, so.
I already knew that he was the regent, so he did have a lot of power already, possibly even more than the queens. But...
Oh, that hurts. Your
What?
tunnels don't line up.
Don't worry about it.
I'm worrying.
Anything else? So you went over there? Did you see anything? Hear anything?
Definitely. I mean, we talked, so...
Oh, you talked to him?
Yeah. Hey, I'm on a first-name basis with him, you know? I'm not... It's not Your Majesty for me.
It will never be Your Majesty for me, either.
That's my choice, though. Like, it was his choice for me not to call him that, so I'm popping off.
Interesting.
Anyway, yeah, I thought I'd come over and tell you that because that is kind of a problem for us.
Right.
So, in the words of Professor Quirrell, I thought you ought to know.
Yes, this is very good information to know. Thank you.
Yeah. You figure anything else out?
About what in particular?
In general.
No, I was really just taking down the notes from the day.
Pacing and, you know...
Yes.
Talking to yourself.
More or less. More or less. Doing some experiment, trial writing. Just to get all that information down. Well, if that's all, then...
Yeah, I just kind of sprinted over here because he told me that he was king, and I'm like,
Right. Did you know about... Did you learn about how that... So he just up and dethroned her?
Yeah,
Any particular reason behind it, in his perspective?
I mean, she wasn't a good queen. That's the reason he used, which is technically true. Doesn't mean that he'll be a good king, though.
Yes. Very true, he is.
So, yeah,
I would be very interested. I would be very interested to see how, if he ever met Lunaria. You say that she hates power, and he is.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna go because I'm pretty sure Lunaria's plan was to take down the monarchy anyway.
Yes, so maybe, perhaps she'll do the job for us.
I don't want the monarchy to be taken down, though.
You don't want it taken down?
Right, because think about it. With the people that are involved with the monarchy, and just the people around here in general, if something like the monarchy... No, it's not like that. It's if the monarchy went down, there'd be a power vacuum. And that's not good. So, preferably, if at all possible, I don't want the monarchy taken down. I want it changed, but I want it taken down.
Into not a monarchy.
Preferably not a monarchy. But
that I can agree with you.
Destroying it is not a good idea. Changing it is the best option. But me and you aren't going to do that.
No. Nor do I have interest in politics.
It's valid. Very valid. They're dumb. They're stupid. They're big dumb. Dumb and big stupid.
That's why I'm staying all the way out here.
I also just got handed a chicken quesadilla, so I'm pretty happy right now.
That's
Hamilton.
The dogs are
Hamilton.
They're always so
Hamilton.
Loud. Why are you calling him Hamilton?
What's his name?
I haven't given them names yet.
Well, his name's not Hamilton.
No, I haven't given them names.
Well, his name's now Hamilton.
His name is now Hamilton, alright.
Yes.
Alright.
Hey, Hamilton. I love dogs.
I am getting used to them.
Do you not normally have dogs?
No, I never had a pet growing up.
So how are you, like, a scientist? Like, it takes a lot to become a scientist.
I went to school. I've
apprenticed
under... Yes, outside of this area, there's...
I have never been to a school. we have a society. We have a society.
More of a city type. So if you think of the area around the monarchy, then that times
bigger.
Very, very much larger.
Very much larger, chat. Is that English?
I'm a scientist, not a scientist, not a poet.
I can see you being a poet.
Is that a joke of some kind?
Definitely not a reference.
Definitely not a reference. I'm not a poet. I couldn't be a poet.
No, I could never be a poet.
Well, he's breaking the fourth wall.
This is what Tundra is, okay?
It's broken.
What are you doing?
It's broken.
What?
The fourth wall, it was broken.
Why is that the fourth wall? Why was that designated as the fourth wall? Did he build it last? Or like...
Actually, this was built first.
Well, that's the first wall, so this is probably the fourth wall.
Actually, yeah. Fourth wall.
It has now been... Oh no! Our wall!
No.
It's broken! We're so dumb.
Our lore together will just keep getting better.
This.
It's always
better. It's always so much better.
It will keep getting better. We're just in the starting stages of our relationship now.
This is great. This is great.
Yeah, this is great. Look at this nerd. I mean, I'm technically the nerd here, but I have like 10 degrees, so
that must be pretty chilly.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Especially if it's in Celsius, it's pretty cool.
It is
it's
more
like a nice
less...
temperature in Celsius.
Yeah.
10 degrees Celsius actually sounds really nice right now.
That's typically how it was in the city. It always was very nice.
Were there mermaids there?
No.
Okay, thought I asked.
There was no magic in where I grew up.
Hey, who said mermaids have to be magical?
They are magical. Because they don't exist outside of this.
No, they don't
exist in this either.
Done by the government.
Hello, the voice of Eternal. Welcome. The fourth wall is dead, but you're magical? That's supposed to be a compliment, but my character does not take it as a compliment. My character says I am not magical at all.
Imagine there's someone who's trying to flirt with your character, and they're like, "Oh my god, your eyes are so magical." You're like, no, shut the hell up.
No,
don't exist in my. Don't breathe my air.
Imagine, we should set that up. We should make that happen. We should make that happen.
Who though? Straight up who?
I don't know.
Were you about to say Sin? Were you straight up about to say Sin?
No, I wasn't. Seriously.
I heard the S.
No, I wasn't.
Oh my god. Oh my, look.
Turtle's like, aww.
Look who it is.
Look who it is.
Oh my god.
Still have. Oh, it's just it's us.
It is literally, yeah, no, there were a lot of people on when I first joined.
I know. There were
I was
so
like,
many
what the hell?
So many people.
Half the people weren't even like streaming or recording. They were just straight vibing.
Well, I mean, they were part of streams. Like, I know that like Nova and Gabe.
Right, but like Nova, Gabe, and Kanoka were, but Kyle, Eternal, and Lucario
they were just
doing their own thing.
They were just vibing. I'm like, what? Lights, camera, action.
Yeah, okay, back to character. Hold on. Back to character. All right. So,
government, let's take it down.
Time to be anarchy. Let's go.
Time to be anarchist. It's hard with this character because she's not the nicest person. She doesn't go with emotions. And it's easier to do lore with you when there's emotions.
I'll leave that. Fine, I'll leave.
But yeah, there's no, like, there's no, shulker boxes that you found? Anything like that?
Oh, no, I did.
You did?
Yeah, I'm
no,
keeping them.
It was my lab, so...
And in the end, I closed it off for a reason. That's what I thought.
But I did have those before. They were mine. So
how did you get past the Ender Dragon?
I have my ways. I already mentioned one of the ways. That flying machine. What is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of this?
There is no purpose.
So you're all going on to a different subject because I see that I'm not going to get my things back. So
yeah, no, you're not.
Thank you for that. And you're still going to hold on to the logs too?
Yeah, I have them in my inventory right now.
Was there anything else about that you were so concerned about?
For one, gas blood. That's just why would you do that? What was this one? Shulker armor seems kind of dangerous.
Once again,
blaze weapons. Yikes moment.
Once again, everything from that lab was
Ender Dragon,
specifically funded by Knoka.
Ender Dragon.
Yes, he wanted
a special request, not in my particular interest. Research materials unattainable regardless. So no, don't actually. No, wait, hold on.
At the time.
No, I'm catching you in a lie right now because this is trial 001, meaning the first. These all come after it, and the material's not attainable. You see where I'm going?
I had some materials before I started those research. I had them with me.
Like how you didn't carry shulkers around. You know how difficult those things are to move?
Very difficult, and that's why I had to keep them very safe.
I really doubt that putting them in a little glass antechamber did anything to keep them safe.
It worked well enough up until
and also point. you were fine with just slaughtering them left and right.
I have my ways. I have my reasons. We don't need to get into that.
I just want to, make sure, because I know you don't know magic. That's very apparent, unless, you're putting up this really, really incredible facade.
I have no knowledge of magic, nor do I really want to.
Fair enough.
Except for some things that are just
I'm out.
Too powerful for things to hold.
Like this? Yeah, well, I'm holding it. You're not getting it.
Nor do I want to.
And also, I'm pretty sure there's only 2 ways to actually destroy it. The first one's the void, which does make sense, but you want to know the second one?
What's the second one?
You ready for this? A cactus.
No, that's more on my alley.
You have cactuses over here, and if I had a duplicate of this sword, I would show you, but I don't, so I won't.
I mean, or you can show me now.
No. Yeah, let me just throw away this sword that's been passed down my family through generations for about 400 years. Yeah, let me just throw that away casually. Sure. Sure.
All right, farewell again, Fang.
Yeah, bye.
That is he's frustrating. He's very frustrating. But he is not wrong. not wrong. He's catching me. I can't slip up on my excuses about the end. He's knowledgeable about the end. He knows what happens in there. I really have not been to the end much at all. I used to. I went there specifically. I have been there a few times when I was quite younger, but once it was closed off, I was unable to get resources specifically from the dimension, but you know, I had other ways of doing so. He doesn't need to know about. Nobody needs to know about that. Except the person who has it. Which I will get it back. It will be returned in my possession soon enough. Once Lunaria takes down, Kanoka, I'll be able to, retrieve it. Unless... it wouldn't be on his person. It can't physically be on his person. Alright. Let's, do some writing with that. 13. Alright. I learned quite a bit of information today. I always start that off. A few people came to my laboratory today, including Fang and Sydney, one of the revived. I was unable to gather knowledge about Lunaria's revival process from her, but learned slightly more about it from Fang. He told me that in order to be able to revive someone, great sacrifice needed to occur, as well as the summoning of a god. How was Lunaria able to summon a god? What did she have to give up? From this, there is the possibility that Lunaria is not only controlling Sydney, but the rest of the revived. This might include Ambrosia. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter. She's done enough harm to me. I mean, of course I would have been upset to hear her dead. But also, I mean, there's surely plenty of people with the name Ambrosia. It doesn't have to be her. The rest of it is included. Nor have I confirmed that this Ambrosia is my sister. Alright, what else? We then we then discussed Fang then arrived, and I explained a bit about Eternal's condition. He brought up very good theories that I will continue to research on. Meanwhile, I kept from him the fact that Eternal was beginning to remember things. I would rather have him be informed when she has been fully recovered, rather than during the process. He told me about a group who had found my old laboratory, the one that Kanoka commissioned for my research for him. They discovered the logs that I had left, and which Fang now has in his possession. This made these research logs made him concerned about my intentions with the totem, the god's totem. I explained that I wasn't intending to use it for my own gain, nor find it. Well, thank you for the hydrate. Well, I was planning on going out to find it myself, to keep it out of the hands Kanoka. It might be better left in those ruins than with me. If there's any chance that the Regent would be able to access the totem, Thank you, Sydney, for the raid. I appreciate it. We're probably gonna end off soon, but we'll see how it's going. We'll see how it's going in a little bit once I finish up these this journal entry. These research logs made him concerned him regarding my in regards to intentions with the god's totem. I explained that I wasn't intending to use it for my own gain. Welcome, thank you for the raid. I wasn't intending to use it for my own gain or find it while I have planned on going out to find it myself, to keep it out of the hands of Kanoka myself. It might be better left in those ruins than with me. If there's any chance the Regent would be able to get to access the totem, there would be no end to his power trip. Speaking of such, later I was informed that Kanoka had dethroned Queen Lady and taken the position of king for himself. This complicates my plans a bit, but if everything still aligns, I may not have to do the dirty work myself. As long as Lunaria is able to take... I mean, I'm not working with Lunaria or anything, I'm just hoping on her success. As long as Lunaria or Fang are able to delve into the political side of this kingdom, then I will be able to confront the regent about what he stole from me. I mean, he was the one who took it. There's no other person who... Unless it was the Queen. I mean, she was the one who sent the assassin. So possibly the assassin has it. Confront the regent about what he's done, I suppose. Now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't necessarily... It's not necessarily something that he could have had, but it's very likely, because he's the only one besides for that assassin who knew where I was. Regardless, I will be able to retrieve my lost item, as long as it will take. Retrieve my lost item before the new user can use its power, use its technological power. Oh, dogs, I hear you. I hear you. You don't have to bark about that. Alright. There is more magic in this area than I had ever expected. More than even a couple of years ago. A few years ago. Fang has knowledge about magic, and thus he will be my greatest asset into learning about these different, what do I call them? These different things, knowledge about magic, and thus he will be my greatest asset in about it. Specifically pertaining to my recent experiments. He has also mentioned that my manuals have been enchanted. Perhaps the gods... Perhaps the gods are trying to send me a sign. That is not a serious thought. That is not a serious thought. Some folks are born made to wait from the... Yes, also mentioned that my manuals have been enchanted. That is the reason why the werewolf section has appeared, as well as others that I have not yet reviewed. Magic. It's not natural. Shouldn't be abused by those in power. Or those who want to take down the power. Right. Let's double check on that again. Is there anything that we need to change? Okay, well, there actually is something that I can add there. Get out of this. I need a sign for it though. That is. Say, take a look at the signs because I don't quite remember which ones it was. I think it was the oak signs though. I'm gonna move these over. Alright. And surely we'll have a fourth one soon enough. Once we, figure out what to do. That's still our first. Do I really need that? I need to gear up at least to have some sort of protection against creatures and other people who may want to harm me. Thank you for the hydrate. But that is it for the lore. That's it for the lore. Let's see. Right here. Still want to keep. Oh, there's a ton of you. Yummy drink. Yeah. It makes sense to end here. I don't have anything else to do. I've done my journaling. I've done my lore talks. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna end it off here. I'm just gonna end it. Thanks guys for watching. I will, maybe be live tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. I got some stuff going on most of the day. So I definitely won't be able to do it at the normal time. It might be like really late. If not, I'll see you guys on Wednesday, for more Tundra. So yeah, thanks for watching. and I'm gonna send you over to someone. We'll see who we raid, but make sure to send them all the love, all the support, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day, and yeah, bye guys!